This is the eHealth Radio Network, your source for health advice on demand. And now your host, Eric Michaels.
Thanks for joining us once again here on the eHealth Radio Network. This is your host, Eric Michaels. eHealth Radio gives you the most current health information, news, and advice featuring some of the leading innovators in healthcare and wellness who are changing healthcare as we know it. For more eHealth Radio reports, we invite you to visit our main radio channel site at eHealthRadioNetwork.com. Today we're speaking with brothers Michael and Paul Harney, the co-founders of the Hemp Division, a company committed to crafting the highest quality CBD and hemp products, all from the roots up. And gentlemen, thanks for joining us here today on eHealth Radio.
Thank you, Eric. We're looking forward to talking to you.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Looking forward to hearing from you, gentlemen. So tell us, for starters, I'd be curious, what inspired you to expand Harney and Sons Tea with a division dedicated to hemp and CBD products? Let's kick it off with that question.
Absolutely. Well, we Mike and I have a friend who sort of had been dabbling in the CBD market, and he was always telling us about it. And we put in a license actually to grow hemp. We live in upstate New York, not really upstate New York. It's the Hudson River Valley. We consider it upstate, but the people upstate, they wouldn't like us calling it upstate. So we live in the Hudson River Valley, and we've got about 15 acres here. And so we've got our tea plant, and then we had a cornfield sitting next to us that was ours. So we were like, well, let's plant some hemp. So we put in our New York State license. The first license that came out was for to grow hemp. So we started with that license, and then shortly after, we got a processing license from the state of New York, and this was all under a pilot program, and that allowed us to make the drinks and stuff like that. But it's really, Eric, it's been fascinating because Mike and I get to, we travel to Origin for tea all the time, and this was a time we were able to bring the Origin to us. And, growing hemp is actually, there's a lot of similarities, or at least we found a lot of similarities to how they grow and process tea. Once we started growing hemp, we've used a lot of the things we've learned to grow and process our own hemp.
Yeah, quite interesting, Paul, and really appreciate your hitting on the highlights there. It makes it most helpful to understand why you have opened up a division dedicated to hemp and CBD products. Now, how has your experience been farming hemp plants from the roots up at the Harney and Sons headquarters? Get into some of those details.
Well, it's our second year. We did it in 19, and now we finished 20. Back in March of 20, we were wondering would we even put the seeds in, but we persevered, and we finished the crop off about 3 weeks ago. And so it's just it's drying out and maturing, as they say, and we have to burp it like it's a little baby every day, so that it creates a little bit of gas. So we were trying to hit its back there a little bit, if you will. So we're doing that, and then soon we'll send it out. In a couple of weeks, we'll start to use the 2020. So it's been it's interesting. Our father started. He actually grew up on a farm. He couldn't get off of it fast enough, frankly. But I was out there in the snow belt and outside of Buffalo. So it wasn't the easiest life in the 30s, but it's been a little easier for us, and we've been enjoying it. As Paul said, we sort of observe from afar the problems and opportunities that the people that grow tea that we use at Harney and Sons Tea, but we've never really had to walk the walk. So now we get to walk the walk.
Also quite interesting, hitting on a little bit of the background and the history in farming in upstate New York and the Hudson Valley area. Thanks for that as well. Now, what are the health benefits of CBD? Some people may have a question on that. Touch on that if you would.
Well, we'd love to give them to you, but the government doesn't want us to give them to you. So FDA says we're not supposed to comment on health issues because we're not doctors. And so we try to hew that line, because otherwise they sue you for a lot of money. So I can't really comment on that too much there, Eric.
Well, appreciate your being up front and being compliable on that as well. Today we are with Mr. Michael and Paul Harney, co-founders of the Hemp Division, a company committed to crafting the highest quality CBD and hemp products, all from the roots up, here on eHealth Radio's Health and Pain Management Channels, a part of the eHealth Radio Network. Another question for you: what separates the Hemp Division from the pack within the CBD industry?
Well, I think, for us, it's sort of, we're in a unique spot in that we're already, master tea blenders, so we were able to take hemp and CBD and just use it as another ingredient, and that has allowed us to come up with some great blends, whether they be with golden milk or something like that, or one for sleep, or a little something to chill you out a little bit. So all of those different blends, we already had a lot of expertise in using chamomile and mint and all these things, and then we were just able to add in our own hemp or our CBD isolate and blend it in either on a dry tea basis, or we also have a bottling plant, so we were able to make great blends in a bottle too, as a single serve beverage that all you had to do was drink it.
So, Eric, the thing is, it tastes better. That's one of the benefits that we think we do better than other people. And the other thing is that, we're in this for the long haul. So there are some people that are using, like, monopoly pricing, in the sense they charge you 2 arms and 3 legs. And we feel that it's something that we'd like to keep doing, and we've never gone out of our way to rip people off in the tea world, and so we don't see any reason to do that in the hemp world either.
We do come from a different perspective because we're able to grow it and do all the work ourselves. We do have a bit of a different perspective on pricing and how it should be priced, and it's a brand new industry, and it's certainly changing pretty quick. But we're committed to the long haul in this thing and making great blends, and I think we're off to a pretty good start.
Well, I know we've talked to folks in the CBD industry over the years, and I've got to tell you, this is the first time personally I've talked to someone who is using tea in this form, and that is quite interesting and more appealing, I would think, as well. Thanks for joining us here today. As we conclude, any advice or any final words for those that may be interested in getting into the industry, or anything along the lines of our conversation today?
Oh, I think it's a great industry to get into. It's just at the beginning, It's not electric cars, Eric, but it's not bad.
Michael and Paul, really appreciate your visit with us here today. Hope you have a great, happy holiday, and thanks for being with us here on the program. If someone wanted to get more information on the Hemp Division online, where's the best place to do so?
It's the Hemp Division, that's all one big long word, .com.
And we also, they're up on Instagram, and they even got a TikTok channel, so we got a couple different spots.
Well, if you're on TikTok, you got it going on. Michael and Paul, all the best. Thanks so much for joining us here today on eHealth Radio.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Here.
Again, we've been speaking with Mr. Michael and Paul Harney, co-founders of the Hemp Division, a company committed to crafting the highest quality CBD and hemp products, all from the roots up. And for further details, simply visit thehempdivision.com. And again, this has been your host, Eric Michaels, and we do thank you for your continued support of the eHealth Radio Network. Join us again soon for another episode that will help further expand your knowledge on those things that are important to your health and wellness. For more eHealth Radio reports, we invite you to visit our main radio channel site at eHealthRadioNetwork.com. And as always, we do thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in to the eHealth Radio Network. For more information or to subscribe to this podcast, visit eHealthRadioNetwork.com.